welcome to this broadcast. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's been a really long time. It's only been 2 weeks, which is the usual gap between most live streams, but it just feels like a really long time because a lot has happened. I want to make sure I'm doing shout outs to everyone in the comments. Thank you so much for, little hiccup. So much for joining in the comments. Hi, Mike. Welcome to see you. Nice to see you. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was his favorite Elton John song. I like that one too. Skip says, Happy Piano Day. Annie's song. Who else have we got? Geraldine. She likes Crocodile Rock. It's such a fun song, eh? I think I first learned that song in choir in school or something like that. Pretty fun song for a choir to do. But it's funny with Elton John songs, obviously because he's such a classic artist and has been around for quite a while, has a really, really long career, with hits spanning his career. But obviously he had a sort of certain era that was a bit more standout. I feel like all the different songs have different memories attached to them in my life of when I came across them or when I learned it, either singing or piano or, the times you do Elton John songs in karaoke, because who doesn't pick Elton John songs? Seriously. So there's lots of fun memories attached to Elton John songs. And as Geraldine said, that song is a fun one, and so many of his songs are super, super fun. And there's not that many artists that I can think of that really specialize in fun, good time classic songs. So, okay, today we're not just here to talk about Elton John, actually. Today is World Piano Day. And every year since I've been doing Piano Picnic, I've tried to do something to commemorate this day, no matter what else is going on. Of course, right now in the Piano Picnic world, I'm about to release the new membership 2.0, which is a new improved version of the membership. And also, last week I was away focusing on writing the next course. So there's a lot of things happening at the moment for us, a lot of things happening in the world, but today is the 88th day of the year, and according to Nils Frahm, who is a composer of classical contemporary, specializes in piano composing and sort of classical contemporary and ambient, Nils Frahm and a bunch of his buddies got together and decided, hey, why don't we make the 88th day of the year a piano day, a World Piano Day, to celebrate this instrument that has been around for hundreds of years and is, along with guitar, the probably two most prevalent instruments in history and today. So I think it deserves celebrating in all its forms, in all its genres, in all its plethora of different types of pianists, and we all have different tastes of the music that we like and what we want to learn and discover. But at the end of the day, we all love these 88 keys, right? Regardless of whether you have an 88 key keyboard at home. So even though this isn't technically, it's not officially inducted into the proper list of world days yet. What does that even mean? Hopefully it will very soon. There's a lot of mainstream artists are picking up on it and getting into it. Tori Amos this morning, of course, because it's this morning here in New Zealand. So I do want to say, for those of you who it is Wednesday morning for you right now, happy Piano Day for yesterday. It's supposed to be the 29th, right? But I feel like I live half my life in the US time, right? Say hi to Louisa. Thank you for joining. Lovely to see you. Happy Piano Day. So we have this day that we've sort of made up for ourselves, and more bigger artists are jumping onto it. Tori Amos did a post this morning on her social media as a tribute to all the piano movers and crew who move pianos to different places, especially for people who go on world tours like Tori Amos. And I thought that was a really cool thing to acknowledge, different parts of the industry. We also have like retailers, the people that, sell pianos and have a passion for, the different types of pianos that we can have. There's all sorts of different people, the tuners, of course. Oh my gosh. When we have acoustic pianos, we need those specialists. And it's such a niche career, obviously, one that must stay alive. Of course, they used to do it very traditionally with tuning forks or even just perfect pitch. And these days they have all sorts of amazing technologically savvy tools to be able to do it. I have no idea how do they do it, but it's amazing. So shout out to all the different people who help us with pianos, all the teachers that teach us piano, all the students that are so passionate and keen to learn. I just want to celebrate everyone today and yesterday here in New Zealand, because gosh, if there was no piano, where would I be? I would be nowhere. I don't even know what else I would be doing. So Piano Day, we love it. And how I'm going to celebrate today is I've selected one song. I just wanted to focus on one song because I feel like just something short and simple so that we can feel happy, and then you can go and try out this song at home. So I'm going to perform for you an Elton John song. I'm not going to tell you what it is until I start. And then after I've performed it, I'm going to give you guys a tutorial so you can give this a go at home. And of course, this live stream will be left on YouTube, so you can come back and watch it a bunch of times, while you're at your piano to hone in on the different sections of the song. I'm going to try and go through all the sections of the song so that you guys can actually play the full song. How about that? That's cool. Normally I do like just hack. I do a hack that riff, and I have a series of hack that riffs on YouTube that you can go find if you want to learn other bits of songs. But I normally just teach the main riff, the main part. That's that one bit that you really, really want to learn. That's normally what I hone in on. But today we're going to try and get through everything. Let's see how we go. Make sure I say, hey, Robert, thank you so much for coming. Lovely to see you here. Thanks for jumping in the comments. Of course, anyone who's lurking, make sure you say hi so that I can give you a shout out in the comments. Awesome. Do we want to have a last, before I turn around and play the song, you can start guessing what it is. The first person to guess the correct song as I'm playing it will be the king or queen. I don't have any prizes. I'm not sending you a piano or anything like that. All right, here we go. Let me just switch to my camera. All right, who's going to be the first one to guess the song? Barefoot today. Let's go over here like this. Less foot, more piano. Okay. Microphone out the way. Right. Okay. Here we go. A little bit of a stretch. Guesses? Do we have guesses? Yeah, Skip says. Right, here we go. What are we doing? Big build up. Yay! My goodness. How fun was that? Okay, so I think we might have got it in the comments. How quickly was that after? Obviously, I wasn't watching, but it looks like Skip got it first. Congratulations, Skip. Well done. Awesome. So that was so fun. Obviously, the Elton John style of playing is a little bit different to sort of how, I feel like as pianists, we sort of, depending on the stuff that we normally learn and the stuff that we play a lot, and the stuff that we want to play, we can sort of get into a style that we sort of prefer to play in or that we're used to playing in. I've gone through lots of different styles in phases of learning the piano. I've talked about this a lot before. When I first started learning the piano, it was very flowy, and I used to, it was very meditative, and I loved playing the piano for that reason as a young person, and then I sort of got more into rocky stuff as I got older, and so I'd play around with stuff more like this. So it's not the way I always play, but I do really enjoy playing in that style. It's so, I had to make sure that piano was turned down a lot because it's very, very hard. Robust. You're playing very, very bold. It's hitting the keys quite hard, as Elton John does. If you watch him play, he's very intense on the keys. It's not floaty. He's very, very purposefully playing quite boldly on the keys. So that was my attempt at playing an Elton John style, and it's really, really fun. So I wanted to do this song because it's one of my favorite Elton John songs. But also, it's that bolder style. And I think as your piano coach, I want to encourage you to try different styles, especially as we're learning. We can very easily generally play quite gently, maybe a little bit hesitantly, because we haven't built up a whole lot of confidence yet. So this song is to try and give you guys an opportunity to play boldly, play loud, play that sort of blues rock and roll, and just crank whacking the keys, right? Not whacking. We don't want to we're not really going to damage it. I mean, even this keyboard, I can go pretty hard and it's still awesome. Obviously, we want to make sure that we are not hurting our fingers, playing so hard that we're putting stress on our fingers. So we do want to think a little bit about our technique. I wasn't just then, I was just thinking about trying to play the song. But as you learn it, try to think about how you're going to, have correct technique, making sure that your fingers are, a little bit curved. We've got that, holding a wine glass shape with our hand, and just having good wrist health as well. And if you need some more tips about keeping good technique, make sure you check out my coaching, which is in the membership area of the creative pianist membership on I think it's called Basic Technique and Drills, and that gives you some ideas of proper posture and making sure you're looking after your hand and wrist health. Without further ado, let us get into this tutorial. I really want to, I want to see if we can get through quite a bit of it. Geraldine said she's never heard of Benny and the Jets. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to go listen to it. I wasn't gonna play it in this song because I don't really want to be instantly directly compared to Elton John. But go have a listen to it, and also copyright reasons are right with a YouTube video. They'll probably he'll claim the copyright, and then where would we be? But go have a listen to it afterwards, because it's a real fun song when you have the melody. Obviously, those of you who know the song, I was incorporating the melody into my playing, which is not something I often do. I quite often just sing because I can sing. So that was a fun not new, but different, a rare type of playing for me. Oh my gosh, words. Okay, so let's get into the tutorial. This is going to be good. All right. So Right. So first, I want to just let's do the intro a bit. So the intro is the chorus, essentially. Yes, I did say he's been around quite a bit, and then mentioned that he has a very long career, which was what I meant. A very long career since he was, I believe, 20 or even younger. So work that out. It's a long, long career of writing a lot of amazing songs. Okay, so this is our chorus, and I feel like we should start with the chorus. It's a good place to start. What does this mean? Okay, it looks a little bit crazy. Obviously, this is me just trying to type out stuff. But I like doing stuff in this way because it shows you the different ways that you can just write out something super quickly. You know, it doesn't have to be... you don't have to be notating stuff. And especially, I like to explain things in a way that people that don't read notation can still understand. Because a lot of people can get around the keyboard notes, the keys, the geography, as we say, of the keyboard. As we say, no one said that. I just said it. But if you can get around, if you know the note names of the keys, and you can Google a chord... I'm going to tell you what the chords are, but still, if you get stuck, you can Google a chord. Then, you don't really need to be able to read sheet music in the instance, or, when I'm telling you what to do, or when you build up your ear and can work things out for yourself, right? But this is often a sort of a shorthand way that I will just use to write down stuff. In fact, if you look at these are my notes. It's very, very scribbled, messy. This is my messy writing. Don't judge me. But you can see that I've just literally what I've typed in there is exactly what I have, except I haven't written down those individual octave notes for the chorus because I know I'll remember that. But, this is how I write things down quickly. I learned this by ear. When did I do it? Sunday afternoon or evening. And gosh, it was really easy to work out because it was an A minor. I seem to be getting lucky these days with the keys. I think the last one I did on here was also an A minor for I think Musical U the other week. So when I was teaching, so that's fun. Anyway, let's get into this chorus. Gosh, I can talk. All right. So we've got a G. I've put G major 9 here. So that, he does different versions of all these notes. So he might have G, but then he might, in one chord, chuck in the 7, which is our F sharp up here. Gosh, that's covering it, isn't it? Don't worry. Here we go. Oh. No, that's not what I wanted to happen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we can see now. So a G, B, D, right? We could build our normal major triad on there. And then if we can hang out with that chord, or we can chuck an F sharp up there. So what I've got is a G and a bass and a B here and an F sharp up the top. And then he might, for one chord, he might chuck in an A up here or down there. So what I'm saying is when you listen to the song, it's sort of, I didn't bother, and this is where, when you're learning by ear, you can do what you want. But I didn't bother learning the exact voicings, exact ways he did every single chord, because it seems like in every chorus, it's a little bit different. So let's not worry about that. Let's just take a page out of Elton John's book and just kind of do every chord a little bit differently. So the chorus essentially is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you see I've got 6 dashes there to sort of indicate that. And then after 6 of that chord, we're going to go. So we're going from G in the bass down to F sharp. And we're going octaves in the right hand, E, D, B, C. And the timing is dun, da, da, da. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Our left hand is playing the same time as the C. So you don't really need to count with that. You go 1 and 2 and. So we're going another G when we're playing the B in the right hand, and then the F sharp when we're playing the C. I'm not going to go this slowly for the rest of it. It's just this is the most important riff in the chorus. And then we're going to go to, so you'll see I've written the C right above the F sharp there, so you can tell that they come together. And then we go back to a chord in the right hand, bass note in the left hand. Lady Gaga. Rah, 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 rah. Then we have F in the bottom and an F major, any sort of version of that, maybe put a 7, maybe a 9. All white keys. Isn't that so nice of him? So we've got G, 4, 5, 6. Bam, 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 bam. If you want to think of the F major without being like too confused, just think of it as the same. You know, you could think of it as an A minor chord with an F on the bottom. Sometimes that's easier for people because you're not really playing the F in the right hand. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Now, here I syncopate quite a bit. When you listen to the song, you'll notice that there's a lot of syncopation. The rhythms come in and out almost quite randomly. And when I play that, I'm just sort of like feeling the rhythm. Simply, we're just doing that same rhythm. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you want to get syncopated, this is what I sort of am playing around. Something like that. 1 and 2. So going from a C major in up the top, which is still within our chord here. So C, first inversion, G major, second inversion, and then an A minor, first inversion. That's for those of you who are a bit more advanced. You could give that a go. And so that's our chorus. It just repeats it however many times. Now, the reason I've taught this first is because it's also the intro, okay? So the intro is basically a really clean, basic chorus. So I can't remember if it has that bit or whether it's just the chords, but this is the intro. And it's very plain chords just on the beat. And then we come into the verse. Oops. Okay, that's our verse. But I'm going to simplify it, right? I'm not going to teach you all of those notes. Let's get the verse going. Okay. What we're just going to look at is the chords, okay? And then you can decide whether you want to try and do the melody, but I'm not going to explain it because that will take ages. But you can maybe use your ear to find the melody if you want to play it along with the chords. The chord inversions we'll be learning are so that the melody is at the top. So if you want to integrate that, you can. And that's a general rule of thumb with integrating melody into the chords, is that you invert the chords so that your melody is at the top. See that I'm playing the melody with my pinky? So it's always sort of played with those end fingers there. End fingers? Yeah, sure. So that those are playing the melody if you want to, okay? But we're just going to look at the chords today. So we've got A minor in root position. Then we've got, this should be, I've simplified it to D, which you can play a D in first inversion, or you can add the E at the top. And then Skip's making funnies in the comments, so I have to include them. All right, and then we've got G. You may notice that we've got a circular fifth situation going on here. Those of you who are familiar, we have an A minor in the A root position. The root note goes down a fifth to D. So we're playing a D major chord. Then the root note's going down a fifth again to G. Okay, that's where it ends. Then we go to, so that G major needs to be in second inversion so that the B's up on the top, so that you can do the melody if you want to. So we go from the G second inversion to an E major in root position with a G sharp down the bottom. Okay, so that's the first bit. Then we're sort of going to repeat the first two chords of that. Oh, I just got cramp in my... Oh, I just turned really weird to at the mouse. Okay. And then we repeat that bit. A minor root position. Then we've got our D major in first inversion in the right hand again with the E up the top if you're doing the melody, or you can just do that. And then instead of going to the G, we're just going to go to E minor first inversion. Now, if you're fancy and you want to do the little thing that I do and he does, you can go. So that's a E minor, second inversion, D major, second inversion, E minor, first inversion. Don't have to if you don't want to. Then we're going to do a little chromatic lead up with the bass, because we're going back to A minor. Same root position. Then B minor, second inversion. So F sharp, B, D. And then C major, second inversion. So that's because the melody is going to up the top, okay? Then we go to the pre-chorus. Let's just do the first bit first. So this is the one where it goes, so the verse is, if you're wanting to see the sort of tone, it's a bit softer. Then we sort of come into the pre-chorus. It's like, okay, hello. We're getting into the fun stuff. So we're doing a little chromatic ba-da-ba again. So F, F sharp, G. You'll notice that's the opposite of what we did in the chorus. Oh, that's kind of cool. So F, F sharp, G. So you'll see up there, pre-chorus. I'll just flash it. Okay, that one. That one there. That's our pre-chorus chords. You can do a G or a G7, but the melody is doing an E, so probably better off to do a G, maybe a 7 down there. No, melody's doing a G, sorry. Right, so I've got a G and the 7 is up here on the F sharp. Then I'm doing a first inversion on the G. Just on the beat. Then A minor 7. Benny and the Jets to a C major or 6, because the melody's on that A, right? That's the 6 of the C major chord. Okay, then back to da, 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 da. I don't know the words. Da, 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 da. You know, with karaoke songs, how you sort of never know the words because they're always on the screen. This is my inflection. And then, so we're back to the G major. A minor 7. C major 7. Then a D7. Well, we've gotten to the next bit here. C major 7, D7. So C major is G, B, E. First inversion. A, C, and F sharp in the right hand. And then E minor in first inversion. G major in second version, because that's our melody. So if you ever forget, if you're working this out at home and you're like, what inversion was it again? Just think about the melody is always the top note in the chord. Then we've got a C, and then chucking that dominant 7th or the minor 7th in there, so it becomes a dominant 7th chord. So you can run down if you want. But the Benny and the Jets. Oh, I said the wrong one before. Oh my God. Benny and the Jets. C6 down to the G. A minor 7. Back up to the C, but it's a C major 7. And then we go to the chorus that we already know. Benny in the day. Just repeat it a bunch of times. Okay, and then you can muck around if you want, but you don't have to. So one thing that if you want to sort of just add a bit of zhuzh into the chorus is something that the bass is doing. He's going low, high, low, high. And this means that whatever is happening in the right hand, can't talk at the same time, this is sort of anchoring us. So whatever you do in the right hand, just keep this left hand going, which is a really great coordination thing to work on. Okay, so that's really good homework if you want to work out. You don't have to do all this fancy stuff, but just no matter what the chords are doing, keep that high, low, high in the octave thing going. Okay, cool. So if you want to, you can screenshot the screen right now before I take it away. If you want to be doing this, immediately on your phone or something like that. Otherwise, obviously, there's a replay for this video that you can totally watch. I'm going to have a sip of water while you screenshot that. Not screenshot, or take a photo if that's easier. Otherwise, that is the Ruth version of teaching a song. So as you can see, isn't it crazy that it's a whole song and I've basically reduced it just to a bunch of letters? Of course, being able to interpret those letters means that you need to know what chords are. You need to also know eventually how to comp on those chords if you want to make it a song that sort of sounds like in the style of the way Elton John plays. Now, if you haven't already developed those skills, you're going to want to go and check out 2 courses of mine. One is Loving Lead Sheets, which teaches you how to interpret those sorts of chord symbols, and it starts to get you also into comping on those chords. The second one is Riffing Pro, which is one of the great treasures of the Piano Picnic curriculum, because it literally teaches you what to do. All the little twiddly bits that I'm doing as I play, that's not as you can see, that's from this. how does that equal all the twiddly bits? That's why you need to do the Riffing Pro course, because it teaches you all the twiddly bits and what to do. Yes, they're called twiddly bits or riffs, either or. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, this has been really, really great. I've really enjoyed this. I have to go because we have another members coaching in about 15 minutes and I've got to go have some breakfast. But thank you so much for coming along today. I hope you have a wonderful World Piano Day. Make sure you sit at your piano today and give it some love. Maybe to play this song, maybe to play something else. Yeah, I really hope you enjoy it. I had lots of fun learning the song and playing it, and now I'm going to try and keep playing it so that I can try and remember it, which I never do. I always forget the songs as soon as I have taught them. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this. Hey, if you are not already in the Piano Picnic world, go over to my website pianopicnic.com and check it out. Most of the people who are here today commenting are there, but if you are watching this in the replay later and you haven't found that piano curriculum that has really clicked with you yet and really makes you motivated and excited to learn more about music, then you need to check out what I offer at pianopicnic.com. It's the best thing, honestly. I've recently, tweaked a few things in the membership, which is going to be released on Friday. And I guess it's not like a whole new thing. There's no new courses, but I've just tweaked it so it's like, you guys, when you get in there, I'm sure you're going to notice just a little bit of easier sort of guidance through everything. There's a curriculum start to finish, shows you which courses to do in which order, so that you can become a creative pianist. I used to be really humble, and I'm starting to lose that humbleness because I actually think it is literally the best thing. Anyway, you should check it out. I'm sure you're going to love it. I'll stop talking. See you later. Those of you who are in the Club Mix at 11, I'll see you in about 15 minutes on Zoom. Bye-bye.